nation, striving manfully to make our way in a very hostile world. Incidentally, the grating irony of this unkind label is coming from those elites who suck the most from what this little country has to offer, whilst consistently underperforming in their social contributions. As citizens, we are proud of a nation that has been struggling with an economy in search of growth since 2009. However, we continue to provide free universal health care to every man, woman, and child. We continue to have free education from early childhood through to university. We continue to have one of the widest social safety nets in the Caribbean. We have an active national housing program. We own and successfully operate an international airline. We provide an efficient air and sea bridge between our two majestic islands, where 3 vessels go back and forth every day. Our democratic systems continue to function seamlessly through free and fair elections. Our parliament is about to begin to return to its cherished home at the Red House, a place that has been abandoned for many years. We have an independent and functioning judiciary, a stable banking and insurance sector, an established manufacturing sector, and an ever-improving police service. Our economy continues to successfully operate in the international marketplace of oil production, natural gas, fertilizer, and other high-value downstream exports.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for property to buy, you can also contact me. If you lend your friend and your family money and you can't get it back and you have an agreement with them, please contact me. 339-1670 or 238-6716. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. Those of you that are on our Facebook page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, like and share as we go live. Those of you that are on our YouTube channel, subscribe, TT Real Talk, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now viewers, it's Mashup Monday. It's campaigning here for local general election. Feel free to call in 238-6716. Let me hear what you have to say concerning election and campaigning in your area. We are going for a short commercial break, but viewers, call your friends, call your family, let them know Real Talk is going live, and I will be with you right after this break.
It's official. Synergy TV is now part of your programming lineup on DirecTV. Find us on channel 134, available for both prepaid and postpaid customers. Synergy TV. Real vibes, real entertainment, real TV. Now transmitting on channel 134 on DirecTV.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook. And subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. As we start off with our Prime Minister tonight, Dr. Saieed Ali, during PNM's Convention 2019 and local general election launch on Sunday, called on citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to not believe misinformation. Dr. Ali noted that there is a selfish few in Trinidad and Tobago. A few selfish people, more or less he meant to say, who benefit from spreading hate, racism, and fake news. Dr. Rowley urged the country to not believe that the Trinidad and Tobago is a failed state. Have we seen growth over the last 4 years, viewers? I leave that in your hands. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali noted that Trinidad and Tobago is anything but a failed state.
They are the selfish few who benefit the most by fracturing us along fault lines of race and politics for their own narrow self-interest. They will not offer you a scintilla of hope. All they are good for is to spread hate, racism, slander, fake news, and perpetual obstruction. They are the people that want to convince you that our country is a failed state, that Trinidad is not a real place. I want to deal with this pernicious issue at two levels. The first is to tell you unequivocally that nothing and notwithstanding our many very serious challenges which demand care and attention, we are anything but a failed state.
Now, viewers, over the last 4 years, have we seen growth in a country? If there is no growth in a country, which means the government of the day have failed to produce any sort of growth in the country. That is what I, Saieed Ali, understand. Come to business. If there is no growth, there is no prosperity, there is no success. So which means we failed. If I am wrong, you be the judge. You all heard it from the Prime Minister's mouth of Trinidad and Tobago that we are not a failed state. So you be the judge and you tell me. Now remember, those that are on platforms, they have the right to say anything they desire. But at the end of the day, the facts come down to the citizen. Caller, good night. Hello? Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Mr. Saeed, Assalamu alaikum to you, brother.
Wa alaikum salam.
I want to highlight an incident that happened on Saturday.
Okay.
Four Spanish went to my daughter on the board and they sat down and lie down, right? So she cracked a window and asked them to leave. They didn't want to leave. She called the police. Said Marvin, no response up to now from the police. She called rapid response, no response from the police whatsoever. We live in fear, she live in fear. Since they kidnapped the cousin, the house actually is a jail, Bogra front, but no police. Yeah? She called her next police friend. When he called the station, they said they have no police, they have two police. Yeah? Since they cannot live in fear, the girl can't fight to come up the house.
Caller, call me tomorrow, 339-1670, and set up an appointment, and we will meet. Thank you so much. You see, viewers, this is the platform where you can highlight the issue that are facing you, the individual. So, is Trinidad and Tobago a failed state, according to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago? Let's go into health. As we switch from our Prime Minister, we are going to the Minister of Health, Mr. Terence Dayal Singh. Mr. Dayal Singh has rejected claims by patients suffering from tuberculosis that there is a shortage of medicine at the nation's hospital to treat the contagious disease. As the minister continued to deny this, patients said otherwise. Some went on begging and pleading for help, saying that they were scared as they had no medications and don't know what to do as they are in desperate need of medication. The patient went on to say that it isn't the nurses or doctors' fault. This medication is supplied by the Ministry of Health and is not available to purchase privately. The Minister of Health told the media that that was untrue. So viewers, there is an outbreak. If the minister wants to cover it up, it's up to them. But at the end of the day, people in the public domain, people that are in the hospital would know if the minister is telling the truth or not, because at the end of the day, they are ministers. They are entitled to say what they want. But coming down into the public, coming down into the domain where the lower class and the middle class people dwells, it is a different story. Like our Prime Minister said, this government will not shut down Petrotrin. At the end of the day, what took place? What took place? You all have seen it, and you all are continuing to see it. So feel free to call in, drop your comments, 238-6716. Real Talk is the #1 current affairs program. We bring the issue of the day to you, the viewers, from as low as citizens on the streets to ministers level. So you be the judge, viewers. Is there a crisis at the health sector in Trinidad and Tobago? Are the ministers coming out and telling the truth, or are they covering it up? You be the judge, because at the end of the day, you are the one to vote. You are the one with the power on the tip of your fingers. Over the weekend, hospitals. Photograph that you are seeing is from hospitals in Trinidad, on the corridor. On the corridor. Some are complaining. Others want to know when they will get medication. Others want to know what is really taking place with their health. It's mash up Monday. You be the judge, because that could be you on one of those beds. That could be you. So at the end of the day, where is our taxpayers' money going? Where is our health surcharge money going? Now, Mr. Dayal Singh said 80% of the money that they receive from the budget is to pay the nurses and the doctors. So how come now we have 20% to buy medication? When medication runs out, what are we to do? What are we to do? You tell me. Are we a failed state, or are we not? Are you all seeing progress? You be the judge. We are in Trinidad and Tobago. I am just bringing the facts of the day to you, the people. So you be the judge of it. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Not only the health sector in crisis, is the entire country in crisis. Look at the roads in this country. Look at everything. The water supply to the citizens of this country. The entire country is in crisis. And over this little period, I am dwelling on the conversation, the political conversation, but from time to time I tune in and I listen. And it's only lies, lies, lies. You know, it's unbelievable. And the PNM is so brave asking the citizens of this country, destroy the citizen life of the country, destroy the country, and still come in here, you're boldface, and asking them to give you a chance again. Citizens who wake up. We have to teach this politician a good lesson. Thank you very much, Mr. Saeed, for giving me the opportunity on your great program.
Thank you, my friend. Now, if there's a failed health sector, it affects us, the people. It affects us, the people. It don't affect someone in another country, you know. It affects us. It affects us. Closest source to Real Talk indicates that there is in fact a swine flu outbreak, but everything is being swept under the rugs as the Minister of Health continues to deny claims of downfall within the health sector. Reports coming to Real Talk also indicate that there is a rat infestation as well as a mosquito infestation at the Mount Hope facility. However, that is also being kept quiet. Why are you keeping these things quiet? Come out and indicate to the people, well, we understand that there is so and so taking place. My technical team is working swiftly to fix the problem. I would like you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in the various areas, to be patient with us. That is all you have to say. Come out and let the people know the truth. You see, I'm going to tell you something, When you hear a lie from the beginning, and you had to come out now in a news briefing now, and tell a lie to cover that lie, and then you had to come out now and tell another lie to cover that lie, at the end of the day, when you start to tell lies by lies by lies, what will happen? You cannot fool all the people all the time. I have learned that at a young age. At a young age, I have learned that. So what I am bringing to you is the facts. It's Mash Up Monday. It is Mash Up Monday. On the line, I believe we have the leader of the MSJ, Mr. David Abdullah. Hello, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I am okay. Thank you for taking time out from your busy schedule to join with us on Real Talk. So
Yes,
we want to enlighten you.
In Diego Martin, just doing a short walkabout with a couple of my candidates here. And here the problems of residents up in Augustine Terrace who have not water for one person told me he's been living up there since he was born 48 years ago, and he's never had pipe-borne water to his home. So these are the issues that we are dealing with on the ground as people say that they're very fed up of what is happening in the country.
Thank you. Now, I just want to enlighten the public, right? With the local government election less than 3 weeks away, will your political party be contesting all its electoral seats in Trinidad and Tobago?
No, we're not. And when we launched our candidates 2 Saturdays ago, I indicated to people, and I apologize to those who wanted to have an MSJ candidate in their area, that we were unfortunately not able to meet our target of contesting all the corporations in the country. So we have candidates in Point Fortin, the Siparia Regional Corporation, San Fernando City Corporation, the San Juan Laventille Regional Corporation, Diego Martin Regional Corporation, and we also have one candidate actually in the Princestown Regional Corporation. In a number of those corporations, we are not fielding a full slate, but we are fielding like about half of the seats in those corporations.
Okay. Now, if one of your candidates are successful in the local government elections, what are some things you propose to fix within communities?
Yes, and let me just say that win, lose, or draw, our candidates are going to continue to work after the elections because we are very committed to bringing about change in people's communities in whatever way we can. Obviously, if someone is elected in the corporation, or if we have several seats in a corporation, then we'll be able to do more because we'll have access to resources to do more. But even without resources, there are basic issues, like, for example, I was on the Diego Martin Main Road a short while ago at the opening of our candidate's office on the Diego Martin Main Road. And there's a railing that has collapsed on the main road, on a bridge, and that's a dangerous situation and it's been like that for many months. Those are things that can be done, and we would highlight those things whether our person is elected or not, we will highlight it and agitate until it gets done. Problems of water, as I just mentioned, up here in Augustine Terrace, in Diego Martin, people are not getting pipe-borne water. There's problems of roads and so on. In some areas, there's a major problem of garbage collection. I was up in Picton yesterday afternoon and up St. Barb's and in Laventille yesterday morning, and the problems of the garbage not being collected on a regular basis and so on. So there are many issues like that are essential to people. Of course, there are issues of jobs and employment which a councillor may not necessarily be able to resolve. But certainly those are things that we begin to work in the community to develop community projects in a way that would enable employment to be generated, even if it is self-employment and small businesses and so on. And projects that many young people say that they would like to get off the ground, agricultural projects like in Upper Hake Street, Scorpion in Carenage, and up Mike Tower and so on in South Barataria Corporation. So there are things that we'll be doing within our capacity to do as soon as the election is finished, and maybe even before we highlight some of these issues.
Okay. Now, if your political party is elected in 2020 general election, what are some of the major things you propose to do for Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah, that's of course a major one. We are putting out a document fairly soon, immediately after the local government elections, called 20 Points for 2020. And in that we're going to highlight a range of issues that we will tackle, some in the first 100 days and some immediately thereafter. Local government reform, significant local government reform, of course, is one important one. The issue of constitutional reform is another major one, because we have to change the relations of power so that people have power where they live, and power isn't concentrated purely in the hands of cabinet and in the hands of a few. We want to convert CPEP into community cooperatives, so that instead of having a contractor who has a CPEP contract and that person changes whenever government changes, we would have the community, the people who work in CPEP, actually own the cooperative, and therefore they'll be working for themselves and so on. So that's a major thing, and in that way people will feel a sense of ownership over their communities and feel a sense of pride in their communities. And those community cooperatives will not only do things that they do now, like grass cutting, but they'll be doing maintenance of all public buildings, schools, recreation grounds, health centers, and so on. And they'll get their skills upgraded to be able to do those kinds of maintenance works. We would allocate resources to local government bodies very differently. We would do it similar to the THA. As you know, the THA gets a certain percentage of the national budget. And so each corporation should also get a fixed percentage of the national budget. Of course, one corporation will have to get more than the other based upon the size of the corporation, the number of residents in the corporation, and the particular needs of the community. But certainly that is something that we will do, so there's no politicking about how much a corporation gets. Another issue would be of the introduction of a major national reconstruction and development fund, which would then address a lot of the infrastructure problems in communities, things like drains. So when I was up in Picton, I saw areas where we needed proper drains and so on. Just simple things like railings on steps that are going up and down the hill. So major reconstruction of our communities is very, very important. Addressing the education sector so that our young people can come out with the ability to find a job or to be self-employed. The health sector, we would stop the system of the consultants and so on working in their private hospitals and also working in the public healthcare sector, because that creates a major conflict of interest. And we will ensure that everyone in the public health sector is fully employed and properly paid in the health sector, in the public health sector, so that their focus is delivery of quality health care in the public hospitals and health centers. We've opened many of the health centers 24/7 to take the pressure off of the accident and emergency services of the hospitals. And there are many other things that we will tackle. There's labor legislation reform and so on, investment, ensuring that that people who have small businesses, cottage industries, get the support so they could grow from being micro to small and from small to medium and from medium to large businesses, thereby generating jobs, earning foreign exchange, and so on. Agriculture is another major area. So there are lots of things that we will tackle that we've been working on and thinking about for quite some time.
Well, Mr. Abdullah, I do want to thank you for joining us on the phone line and explain to Trinidad and Tobago what will your party do if elected in 2020. I do want to wish you all the best in the upcoming local general election and general election in 2020. I hope you can take some time out and do join us live on set where we can have a discussion with the people and with you, you know, phone calls and stuff like that. I hope you make some time to join us.
Yes, certainly. Thank you for having me. I'm sorry that there was a mix-up in communication with this evening's program. It was a late notice, but I certainly would like to come on set with you and have an extensive discussion and engage with your many listeners and take their questions and comments and respond to their concerns. Let me just say that the feedback we're getting on the ground is that people are fed up and they want change, and that is why we are saying start the change. And the way to start the change we are offering as an alternative to the PNM and the UNC is the MSJ.
Thank you for joining us, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Viewers, that was the voice of Mr. David Abdullah, the leader of the MSJ party. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. We'll be right back.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
It's official. Synergy TV is now part of your programming lineup on DirecTV. Find us on channel 134, available for both prepaid and postpaid customers. Synergy TV. Real vibes, real entertainment, real TV. Now transmitting on channel 134 on DirecTV.
So here what we're going to do now. According to Port of Spain South MP Marlene McDonald, since she came into office, the PNM administration, she made sure West and South Port of Spain worked together and they were successful in election. She stated that this year, 2019, she has been appointed as a campaign manager for the People's National Movement. Now, listen carefully, Marlene McDonald is currently out on bail on corruption charges. She has been appointed to be the campaign manager for the People's National Movement, that is the PNM. Being the campaign manager, you are in charge. Now, is that not government business? Is that not government business? So we have now someone on corruption charges, running a campaign for the PNM. Does that sound fair to you? You be the judge of that. 2386716. You are interfering in government business. Am I right? Could somebody call it and tell me I am wrong? Marlene McDonald noted that her candidates have been meeting twice a week and have been walking about the constituencies. MP Marlene McDonald noted that she is a traditionalist and she likes to do things the old-fashioned way.
This year, again, I've been appointed the campaign manager, and I'm telling you that we expect to be victorious. Yeah. My candidates, we have been meeting for the past 8 to 10 weeks, twice per week. We have been walking, doing it in the traditional way. You could use social media, but I'm a traditionalist. I like to go from door to door. I like to make contact. I like to see who I'm dealing with, eye to eye. That is who I am. And that is what I passed on to the candidates. So I think that we are ready, we are confident, and we will be victorious on the 2nd of December.
Now, viewers, I want you to understand something, eh? This woman, Miss Marlene McDonald, is out on bail on fraud charge for checks that were written to a company that do not exist. And she has been placed as the campaign manager for the PNM. Is something wrong with me? Am I blind, dumb, deaf, and dotish at the same time? I want you all to tell me, are we dumb, blind, deaf, and dotish at the same time as Trinidadians? Knowing that someone sitting down in the seat as an MP have corruption charges hanging over your head, and you campaigning for a party that you want me to vote for. Call her good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Not wrong. Mr. Ali, the reason why we have no rats in the playway because all the rats infected the system. That is why we want to be sick. Marlene McDonald and she government one of them is sick people. Sick. They infested with rats and swine flu. They're sick until I don't know what they're going through.
Thank you. Are we stupid fools in Trinidad and Tobago, or are we educated enough to know that we have someone with corruption charges, with evidence being brought against them? Yes, they will have their day in court. But think about this same individual now. Let me tell you something, you're making up nothing, you know. It is in the public domain. I am just highlighting it to you. I am just making you all a little smarter. So let me ask all of this. If you all hear Saieed now, the host of Real Talk, who stands for the correct thing and stands for the people under a fraud charge now, right? And I telling you all now to come and support me, what am I doing? Who am I trying to fool? When all of you know now that Saieed under a fraud charge, you'll be like, who this man trying to fool? Are we blind? So here now, I am asking you all, these people who have appointed her, are they not realizing that there's a corruption charge over this individual? And because of this corruption charge over this individual, it is labeling us as bad influence. Are they not seeing that? Now you expect the people now to come and support somebody in a corruption charge that was an MP of a government in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. Are you all blind? Do you all have common sense? Huh? Call a good night. Hello? Go right ahead.
Good night.
You're live on Real Talk.
I would like you to call all the names who were pandemic jail and more than was the Prime Minister. Check what do everybody. Don't pick on one set of people. Pass the brush to everybody who did wrong and was still in politics.
Caller, you have your opinion. No, but I want to enlighten Trinidad and Tobago. How smart are you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Now, I am not telling you all who to vote, you know. I am not saying that. I am opening your eyes in case you all forgot. That is what I am doing. Vote for us. And with us now, you have corruption charges hanging over your head. How quickly you all forgot. Call a good night. It's Mash Up Monday.
Right, how you going?
Go right ahead.
Said, everything you say just now is true. We are dumb, we are blind, we are dotish, we stupid. Every single thing that you just said there, we as citizens of this country, you can label us as that. Because we still voting for PNM. But the reality of it is that we have to understand what's happening in this country. Now, we have to understand this country divided, and the population has outgrown the country already. So the jobs and the employment is few and far between. So I don't have no problem PNM winning the election all the time, you know, because I'm sure that employment in KFC, URP, CPEP, Burger Boys, Pizza Boys and things will be well occupied by the PNM voters. So that would put the educated people who is sensible enough in this country to get good employment elsewhere. And that is where the people who does not vote for PNM would be living and seeking employment and being well, live a comfortable life in this country. So the reality is that I hope that PNM does not win election so that we could get governance in this country. But I want PNM to win this election so that people who are educated in this country could seek and get good employment instead of working in CPEP and URP and KFC and Burger Boys and Pizza Hut and things, with the supporters of the PNM is comfortable being employed in these environments. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of your show.
Thank you, my friend. You see, corruption charges are a serious thing, you know. It is a serious thing, you know. And those charges were relating to defrauding the government. Not defrauding Saieed Ali, you know. Defrauding the government. And here now, you are the campaign manager now. So what I want to know is that the people who appointed you, didn't they realize that, wait now boy, this individual, there's a corruption charge hanging over her head. And we are going to put her as campaign manager. Didn't you all see something wrong? Didn't you all see that this individual is under criminal charges? And the Prime Minister stood on a platform and said, what? They will not tolerate criminal charges. You can't pin criminal charges on the PNM government. Something like that, he said. Eh? But you put in now someone to run your campaign with a corruption charge over your head. Well, then what you're saying on the platform is what? How you call that? How you call that? You call that sugar cake? Sweet words. But when the sweet words come to reality, it's something different. Call her good night.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Said, that lady was sick when she was supposed to go to jail, but she campaigned for the last 10 weeks.
Yes, she healthy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. She healthy. So this is for all you to watch. For the East and for the West. Or for the East and for the South. For the West and for the South. But you know, if it was somebody else, or not some other charges, all I say, oh, how you can put up them, and you can't use them because them are not corruption, and, well, it's in your area now, and all I'm talking is the truth, and the whole truth, and nothing else but real talk. So if you want to beat me on the facts that I bring to you all. But when you hear come out with the facts, come good, you know. Come good, you know. Because this is one pillar. Don't lean on nobody, you know. I could tell you that. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead.
I'm just calling to tell you what's going on in this country. When you're on corruption charge, Mr. Said, you cannot take no part of your work.
Thank you very much.
You have to be filed home, without salary and all these things. How could she come and get a manager job with we taxpayer money spending on him, on she? Let's face the thing. The only hope we have now, Mr. Said, is Jesus to help us. That man have to come down. What's going on in this country? All over, the refineries, healthcare, everything going through. Oh Lord, I pray in day and night that God could help us. Help us, the poor people, the little children, the older people are suffering. Look at this woman on 27 corruption charges, and she still have a state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. So you see, viewers, if I am wrong, you tell me, because all I bring to all you is the facts of the day. It's the facts of the day. You interfere in government business. The people who appointed you, well, boy, I don't have no idea what to say. Really, I have no idea what to say about them and their education. Caller, good night.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Said.
Walaikum salam.
Okay, you're talking about Marlene as the campaign manager of the PNM. Remember what Rowley said? What is Glenn Ram doing there? Did he have, I think, a $1,400 bribery allegation against him? And Marlene was supposed to build 2 community centers with $3 million. Probably 2 invisible community centers, but there's no 2 community centers, but $3 million gone. But you see, Said had on us, and PNM people don't split their voter. They don't break rank. Like the Indians in the UNC at the straight hand. And if PNM win, here what's going to happen, Said. The majority action doesn't go to vote for the 1%. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, feel free to call in and voice your comments, you know, because this is total madness. I want the people to understand that. So, I know who campaigning for who, or which party going and win. But all I know, someone on corruption charges is interfering in government business. And if this is how they do business, well, something wrong with that business. The presence of police were heavy at the Edinburgh 500 Primary School in Shoguners on Monday morning as parents and students protested outside the school's compound. Parents sent a strong message to both the government and the Ministry of Education, noting that if they don't get their school fixed, then they are not voting. Parents noted that the children are suffering while the Ministry of Education is not trying to rectify the situation. Parents are accusing the Ministry of Education of neglecting the children. Some parents also complain that if the children do not attend school, they are getting sick and are unable to function in school. Parents and teachers are demanding a meeting with the Minister of Education immediately. Now viewers, how many schools have been finished? Repairs from the last administration to this administration and are functioning. How many schools needs repair and not started? How many schools have shut down while the minister say all is well, all schools are functioning? How many? You be the judge. You see, this is the program that brings the highlights to you. This is the program that opens your eyes on a daily basis. Oh, by the way, before I forget, Khadija Mohammed, also known as Joyce Achong. Guys, photo. Would you please get in touch with me with an outstanding matter? Khadija Mohammed, also known as Joyce Achong, 339-1670, 238-6716. Do get in touch with me with an outstanding matter. Sumantra Maharaj. I mentioned you once last week, and I will say it again. Sumantra Maharaj, would you please get in touch with me, Saieed Ali, at 339-1670, 238-6716. Come in and see me due to an outstanding matter. Anyone knowing these individuals, please let them know that Saieed Ali wants to meet them with outstanding matters. Thank you very much. Viewers, let me tell you something. I want you to carefully examine. You see, I look at production. That is what I look at for a country. And me as an individual standing up for people, what do they look for? They look for production. Let me tell you something. Real Talk have reached this stage now where the individuals of Trinidad and Tobago and even outside Trinidad and Tobago knows that what Real Talk brings to you is the facts. We bring the real thing. It's not no make-up thing. I don't want to come here with no fake news. They understand that Real Talk is a current affairs program. We deal with crime, we deal with drugs, we deal with human trafficking, marijuana, roads, water, health, ministers. We bring the issue to you, the people. And because of that, because of me standing firm here on Real Talk and bringing the issue to you, you have made us number one. And as God gave me grace, health, and strength, I will continue serving you, the people. Call a good night.
And Mr. Ash, I was the analyst say, they just sing sick. When he don't talk, they will sing sick. Mr. Ali, I must tell you that because what you're saying is reality.
Yes.
Everything that you speak is reality. They don't be sick. They just sing sick and embarrass our people.
Thank you, my dear. I don't have to imitate nobody, you know. Because there's only one of me. There's only one Saieed Ali, and one Saieed Ali doing spiritual work. And there's one Real Talk. You all can see? There's one Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So I am proud. Moving along, Deputy Political Leader for the UNC, David Lee, noted that the UNC had kept the democracy alive in Trinidad and Tobago as he addressed critics who questioned the party performance. David Lee went on to say that the PNM has failed to deliver on several of its promises for the economy turnaround that is needed here in Trinidad and Tobago. I remember the man who said he's Hulk. I remember when he said the economy turnaround. What happened? What happened? Well, some of us struggling to hold on to the rope. Ms. Jolene John described the ruling party as a PNM as the most arrogant, heartless, corrupted group of individuals to ever govern the affairs of Trinidad and Tobago, according to Ms. Jolene John. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
If the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, this is my opinion, right? If the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago vote back the Rowley government, they will suffer for the next 5 years. That is my opinion.
Thank you, my dear. Now remember, viewers, you are entitled to your opinion, and this is an open forum. We bring the issue to you. UNC political leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa, in her local government election campaign, dished out a list of promise if her party returns to power. The opposition leader unveiled the UNC plans for the country before a larger crowd of supporters who flooded the Couva South multipurpose car park on Sunday for the launch of the party's 139 candidates for the December 2nd local government election. Some of the UNC plans include repealing the Property Tax Act, decriminalization of marijuana, restart the laptop program, reopen the Petrotrin refinery. She urges supporters to come out in their numbers and cast their votes. She accused the government of spending over $250 billion in 4 years and nothing that has stimulated the economy or improved the quality of life. You be the judge. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
What about the Sandy Grande Secondary School? It have a lack of furniture and tables, and the sewer, the smell, and the teachers lacking a markers to teach the students.
Thank you, my friend. I have a little something for you here. Listen carefully here. If it is the Queen's Park Savannah can hold a maximum of 13,000 persons, how is it that the PNM is saying a record of 18,750 people attended the PNM meetings on Sunday? Hello, doctor. Say something. I would like to say a happy birthday to Ishmael Gafu. How old is Ishmael? Happy birthday to Ishmael Gafu. Now, call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes. The Prime Minister on his platform talking about don't vote for Watson Duke because he had charges over his head. It had Glenram with charges over his head. It have Ramdeen and Ram Logan. But he party have the same thing and they are entitled to campaign and so on. That is one point. Second point, no official from the National Security section was able to attend that memorial service for the fallen soldiers. That is very shameful and disrespectful. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my friend. You see, viewers, you all have to understand what you need. Let me tell you something now. If UNC was in power, I would have been getting on the same way, you know. No difference, you know. No difference. Because what I look for in a party is production. As long as you have production, it's all well and good. Because when you decide to put yourself up in the public domain, to be voted in, keep to your word. Keep to your word. Because the next 5 years coming, you will want the same people to vote you back in. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
I want to call on the Minister of Cake. to pay all outstanding monies to the artists who perform at Carifesta. $4,000 for a cake and you can't pay the artists and them as yet? That is ridiculous.
Ooh, no money for the artists? Wow. Well, at least the people who supported, who went out and helped, they get a $4,000 slice of cake. $8,000? $8? One piece for $8? Well, at least they went home with an $8 piece of cake to show. We have a call on the line. Caller, good night. Hello? I guess we lost that one.
Hello?
You're
Hello?
again? Go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Saeed.
You're live on Real Talk.
On the news, we were hearing they give you a breakdown of the two meetings, the PNM and the UNC after. But then later on in the news, they show a video of the PNM crowd, and they didn't show any of the UNC, like was a prepaid advertisement or something, but they showed that for about 3 minutes. Thank you very much, sir.
Now, viewers, remember I told you that Real Talk Intelligence will be launching soon. Now I am pleading with you, the viewers, contribute to Real Talk Intelligence unit. I need to raise $400,000 to buy 2 vehicles for that unit. I'm asking of you to contribute. Now, keep in mind, this is the only program that got bills to pass. Who I did it for? You, the people. I did it for you, the people. Caller, good night.
Hi, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
The lady who called and tell about Basdev pandemic jail and this one make jail. Basdev choose that on his own. The magistrate, Marcia, go back and you go get it. Marcia Mori, tell him, you could be on bail, Mr. Bandi. He said, no, jail me because I am innocent.
True.
Right? And
Yes.
when time for Patrick Manning and McNichols to go in the court and give evidence, they run like 2 cowards. The man was guilty of nothing. The magistrate chastised them. The 2 of them dead and gone. The man, and then Sadiq Bash, they parade the man on the street and the man was innocent. So that is what PNM like to do, madam. Next time you call him, make sure you have your story straight or your evidence. PNM like to destroy people's character. And right now they're doing the same thing to Anand Ramlogan. I don't know if you get to read last week's Sunday papers, Mr. Ali. The judge tell them this time, the 6th time that case called, Faris Alwari and MA go on there. He said next time he will be throwing it out. And remember they said 3 years they investigating Anand Ramlogal, madam, if you're listening.
Yes.
And they don't have no evidence, they can't go to court. They like to tell people, but this woman who is saying going up there, Marlene McDonald, they have all the evidence, madam, it is the public. But I'll tell you something, Mr. Ali. Certain people could do certain things and have no shame. If you come walking on the road and you pick my Julie Mango, and you see me, I catch you. But you see me coming in and you go run and hide. But them have no shame, they go walk up to you and say, oh, just a mango, a thief. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight. Our rerun of this program is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Remember, like and share our page as we go live. Those of you who would like to contribute to my pickup, feel free to do so. 339-167-0238-6716. I am looking forward for your contribution because it is for you, the people. Viewers, be safe. Until we meet again, good night.